Hello everyone, this is Angie at Stampin' with Amore, and today I am sharing one of my most requested boxes. And this is, I did one several years ago, and this is an updated version of it, and it's a bakery box, which so many people ask me, and lately I've had a few people ask me for the larger one. So I am going to share this one again. It is a little bit different than the original, and when I did the original I was just a newbie on YouTube, and it wasn't the greatest video, so I thought I would just update it for you and share this one again because it's super popular. And who doesn't need a bakery box for their holiday goodies or for birthday goodies? I love making these and filling them up with cookies or cupcakes for a friend for birthday. And so I thought it was super cute, and I love the sentiment on this. It says treats made with love. Now I'm using the Delightful Day stamp set here. This is a great one. It's in our annual catalog, and this one says treats made with love, but you can also wishing you a delightful birthday, and this one is just a little something for you. And I thought that would be really cute as well to put on this box. So we are going to have to, I'm going to change the color on it. You do need two 12 by 12s, and I highly recommend the Stampin'Up cardstock. It's a really good quality, and you need a really nice quality cardstock to make these and be successful, because the thick cardstock is just what makes this box. Actually, it's super sturdy. You can put a doily at the bottom. Always put something like a doily or some parchment paper or something around your cookies or whatever, because they will bleed onto your cardstock. Believe me, I learned that. So anyway, this is what I'm sharing, and I am using the stitched rectangles, this one right here, and we're using the second largest. You can use the largest, but I decided to go with the second largest on this one. This is even a bigger window than I put in my original box. So let's get started. It may take a little bit longer, so be patient because there is a few steps to this. It's super easy though. Alright, so you do need two 12 by 12. I'm using Pacific Point. I love this color and I don't use it enough. I really love this. Now to mat it, I thought this was the perfect paper to mat this with. I am using this Golden Honey. This is a freebie during Celebration. Now Celebration is going on. For those of you who don't know, for every $50 you spend, you can spend it out of any of our catalogs. You will get a free product out of your choice out of the Celebration catalog. And this is one of the ones. And this goes with the Honeybee stamp set, which you've seen me, if you follow me, use a couple times now. I love this cardstock. I'm actually, this designer series paper actually, I'm using the opposite side of this black one, which is this, and it's perfect for a bakery box. I just love how it turned out with that designer series paper. So for that, you're going to need a piece that's 5.5 by 5.5, and then you'll need either 3 pieces or 4 pieces for the sides. And I don't put it on the back, but if you want to put it on the back, you will need one more. These pieces are 5 3/4 by 2 3/4. You do need some window sheet, and the window sheet is 4.5 by 5.5. It's a pretty good size. You do need a scrap of Whisper White, and then we're going to use the corners for the banner and what's behind the sentiment. Alright, so let's get started. Very, very simple scoring, but we are going to cut different. And you do have to pay attention to how I am cutting this because it makes a big difference. So you're going to cut a score at 3 and 9. And then you're going to score again at 3 and 9. We're going to score both our pieces the exact same way. So this one again at 3 and 9, and then turn it, and then we're going to do it again at 3 and 9. It's going to look like a tic-tac board. Alright, just like that. Now I had to kind of pull my camera out so that you can see everything that I'm doing because this is a large piece. All right, so let's go ahead and cut the top piece first. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut this corner off and this corner. You're going to cut across there like that. Save this because this is going to be for our sentiment. And then we're going to do the same on this side. So it's going to look like that, but on this side we're going to cut it different. We're going to cut this down here, and then we're going to cut this about in half, and we are going to, these are going to go inside. I didn't do this on the last box and it was a little bit more bulky, so I think this one is going to be better. And then we're going to cut here and here. All right, we're going to scoot all of that out of the way, and this is what you're going to have. Let's see if we can get it just like that. All right, so we're going to mat this first because we do have to cut the window out of it. So let's go ahead and mat it first. Don't forget to mat. And this is a very large piece to go through the Big Shot. I'm going to show you how you can do it. You are going to get some marks on the sides, but we are going to mat those, so it isn't going to make a difference. All right, so let me grab my Big Shot. And running this through is going to be a little bit challenging because I have very warped plates, and it's best to use them when they're flat because this is such a thick piece. But we are going to go ahead, I'm going to put this in here like that, and I'm going to use a little bit of a sticky note and my die because I want it to stay exactly where I put it in the middle. And we're going to do this. Make sure these are all lined up really well. I'm going to fold these in for right now. I'm going to place this on top. And make sure they're all even so it's a little bit easier. There's a lot of cardstock going through this. So I am going to run it that way, and you can hear it going through, and then I am going to take it out and I am going to turn it around, and we're going to send it through this way. Cut. Now you can see that right here there's a little marks, but don't worry about that. So going through one side and then the other really helps because there's a lot of thickness here. Our cardstock is pretty thick, and then the designer series paper as well. All right, so that is it. So don't worry if it's really tight for you. You'll be able to get it through. My Big Shot keeps giving me a hard time, so I really can struggle with it sometimes. So let's sharpen these. Always remember when you're making a box, it's so important to sharpen all these. So I'm going to take my window sheet, and I'm just going to dot all the way around with some multi-purpose glue. And then I'm just going to lay it on here. And I usually squish it down so it will grab it. I just find that this wet glue, and it'll dry clear. So I find that this works really good for these window sheets. I haven't had any problems with them coming out or anything. All right, now we're going to put this together. So I'm going to make sure that I'm in the camera because this piece is so big. So we're going to put adhesive on both of these, and this is going to fold up. Make sure your corners are lined up really well. That's another good reason to use a good strong wet glue. And then we're going to pull this one up. And so this is your top piece. You're not going to glue anything with this yet. So let's get the other piece and let's cut this. So we're going to cut this way, and then I'm going to cut halfway like we did on the other one. I'm going to cut in here. And then I'm going to rotate it and cut it again. And then cut it in half. And then I'm going to rotate it again. You can do it either way. I just find this makes it so much less bulky if you rotate it, especially on a big box like this. And then again, you're going to rotate it. Okay, so that is what our other piece is going to look like. Okay, let's sharpen these score marks now. Now we are going to adhere all of these. And then we're going to pull both sides up. Make sure they're really square. And while this is taking a minute to dry, we're going to go ahead and stamp our pieces. So I am going to use my Whisper White. I am using the thick. I'm going to stamp it. And it's so cute. I love this sentiment. It's perfect for this box. And then I am going to use, I don't have any Pacific points, so I'm going to use my Night of Navy, but I'm going to use the light to color in the hearts. You can leave it as it is, but I thought the hearts colored were really cute. Okay, and then we're going to use our punch, which is our Label Me Lovely punch. This is a newer punch in our mini catalog. And we're going to punch that out. We're going to grab a piece of those corners that we cut out, and we're going to punch another one. So you are using the extra pieces. That's why I say always, if it's a bigger piece, always save it. And then we are going to just cut this other piece, and we're going to make a banner out of this one. And I'm just going to hand cut it. It's about, I want to say it's about 1 inch. But you can just make it as big as you want, and I'm going to banner the end. Okay, so everything's ready now to go. So we should be good. This should be pretty dry by now. And we are going to add our top piece right here. So what you're going to do is you can use tear and tape, which works really good, or you can use wet glue, which I prefer now because it gives you a little bit of wiggle time if you need to move this. It's a big piece that you're adhering. Just make sure you got all the corners and everything. And then just pick the side that you want to adhere it, and you're going to adhere it right to the back here. And what I like to do is I like to close my box and then adhere it like that. This way it's right in the right position. All right, so let's open it back up. And we are going to do something to the sides here. You do need a ruler if you want them to be, or you can just eyeball it. But what I did was I measured 1.5 inches from the end, and I'm just going to mark it. I'm just putting a little dot there, and on the other side as well. And I'm just doing it at the very bottom. And we're going to go back to that in just a second. We're going to go ahead and mat. See, that's why you have to hold this for a while because it's wet glue. So make sure it's dry. So we're going to go ahead and close it up and we're going to mat it. This will give this time to dry as well. So let's go ahead and mat all our sides here. And like I said, if you want to mat the back, you can do that as well. I'm going to open this up again, and we're going to use a 1-inch circle punch, and we are going to cut a little bit of a right in the middle. Just look to see where the middle is and cut about a half of it. So you have a little grab, or just like your regular bakery boxes. Now we're going to open this up, and where we marked it down here, we're going to cut it from that mark to the corner. I suggest doing it in a pencil. I just wanted to show you, so. And then from this corner to that. And now you have your sides that are just like a bakery box. And it's going to close just like that. Now let's go ahead and put this together here. I'm going to cut this in half. And we're going to glue it to the back here. And what I usually do is look from the front, line that up here, and then do the same on this one. And then you got a little backing to your sentiment. And then we're going to attach this to the back. And then I'm using dimensionals to pop that up. And then we're just going to set that right in the corner there. And then you're done. So that is it. Isn't that cute? I love these. They're super easy to make. Start making some up for like the holidays when you're ready to use them. Add some parchment paper or a doily and you'll be ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you need any supplies, this is my February hostess code. And I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great one, everyone. See you later. Bye.